Hey guys, watching another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Friday afternoon. I hope we're all okay. Hope we're all right. Hope we're looking after ourselves. And yeah, whatever you're up to today, I hope the day is treating you as well as it possibly can do. And I hope you've not been affected all by that IT crisis that's been going on in the world today. I haven't personally been affected, but if you have been, then, well, if you're working, kick your feet up because you're going to be doing nothing. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the game tomorrow, the 3 p.m. UK time kickoff against QPR. We're talking about that. We're talking about Galatasaray and their midfielder search because it definitely affects Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about Spurs and Rabiot. So plenty to talk about, plenty to get into. Just want to say, though, if you're watching this and you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. Morning, Spurs, mate. How are you? Oh, yeah, sorry. Afternoon now, sorry. Afternoon, how are you, mate? We've not moved Rabiot. There is honestly no new news, so there's no point talking about it. Well, there is news for Caleb, hence why I'm talking about it. But how are you, mate? You're right. Please not Rabiot, says Tottenham. How are you, mate? You're right. Afternoon, Tom. How are we? Hope you're all right, mate. Afternoon, Ollie, mate. How are we? How are we on holiday? Hope holiday's treating you well, mate. Yeah, let's... sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. Hey, Tony, finally got your morning show. The morning shows are always quite good, Tony. I won't lie. They're always quite good. Everyone's in quite a good mood, especially on a Friday today. Like, everyone's in quite a good mood. The weekend's come in. You know, obviously Spurs play on tomorrow. We're on the eve of technically our third preseason game, but the second televised game. So, yeah, everyone's in probably quite a decent mood. So let's jump in. Let's talk some stuff. I'm going to start, though, with Galatasaray, because obviously I talked about their vice chairman talking on Hojbjerg, and he's like, I'm quite keen on him, I like him, X, Y, and Z, right? Talked about him because of that. And then yesterday we were linked weirdly by the Sun saying that we're linked with Scott McTominay, which, by the way, makes zero sense. Like, actually, it makes less than 0 sense. Whatever less than 0 is, it makes that kind of sense. You know, we like midfielders who are technically gifted, who can get on the ball, who can pass the ball. Those three things Scott McTominay isn't. So I don't really get that one personally. He can't play the 6 for us. He couldn't play the 8 for us. And he couldn't play the 10 for us. So I don't really know what we're expecting there. Plus, they want 40 million. I'd maybe give 400,000. I wouldn't be giving 40 million for Scott McTominay. Massively overrated. So that was yesterday. Then today, Nicolo Shearer, who, by the way, I've been quite impressed with Nicolo Shearer recently. He's been really on it with transfers. And actually, he's probably been one of the most in the nose recently, this market, to be honest. He's been quite ahead of a lot of transfers. And he said that Galatasaray have opened talk to try and sign Scott McTominay from Manchester United. Now, I brought this in, obviously, because of the Hojbjerg situation that we talked about earlier this week around around the vice chairman talking on Hojbjerg. And then I was thinking I'm going to bring in as well the situation over in Fulham, because obviously you've got Paulinho, who's moved off to Bayern Munich, and they have a situation where they need another midfielder. And I said, well, it wouldn't surprise me if Hojbjerg's name doesn't get mentioned there. And then obviously about 2 days later, Hojbjerg's name got mentioned. You know, occasionally I can try and jump ahead of the traffic on certain things. And that was one of those. It's very rare that I do it, but that was one of those. I don't see Hojbjerg going to Galatasaray. I really don't. That's a move that I think he would go if he was like 31. You know, he's 28 at the moment. You know, Atletico Madrid is supposedly... I was going to talk about yesterday, but I actually decided not to because the video is running on a little bit. Is that Atletico Madrid is still very much in the prime pole position for Conor Gallagher. So does that, in theory, then take Atletico Madrid then out of the Hojbjerg races? AC Milan, you know, playing hardball over Emerson, you know, in theory, the way they've done that, unless they come to the table and offer what Spurs want, they're probably going to take themselves out of the Hojbjerg race. Napoli, well, let's see on Napoli because of Conte, and, you know, it's still very much, he's only been there, Conte's probably only been there now a couple of weeks, so, you know, it's still early doors, and Hojbjerg was on summer holiday, so I can see why maybe that deal hasn't progressed as such. So I was thinking, is it Fulham now? Is Fulham the move? Is Fulham Napoli? Is that really the two most logical situations at the moment? Because I don't see anything in Ligue 1. I don't see anything else in La Liga other than obviously Atletico. But if they get Conor Gallagher, they're not go. He's not going there. AC Milan, they've probably annoyed Daniel Levy a little bit recently and Johan Lang. So if they're going to get him, then obviously it's because they've offered us the deal that we actually want. And, we want 15 million. So obviously Milan will offer us like 1.5 million because they think that's a logical bid. Other than that, in Serie A, I don't see anything. Roma would have been a move, but had Mourinho been there, but now Daniele De Rossi's there and he likes creative midfielders, so it's not going to be him. She starts to look at it and actually the market, look, he's still a good player. We'll still sell him. We'll still get some good money for him. The market seems to be a little bit smaller than the normal. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hey, Adiz, mate, how are we? Any signings yet, lol? Archie Gray. Not much resting for a holiday. I'm helping work on a bit of my aunt's farmland, clearing some small trees. That doesn't sound small. And I hope you're getting paid, Ollie. Hey, Purse Fire, mate, how are we? Good evening to yourself, my friend. How are we? Hey, Les, mate, you okay? Hey, Robert. The crack. Yeah, I've been to the gym. I've been to the butcher's. Got some meal prep meats, which is good. Here now with you. I'll take the dog out for a walk afterwards before it gets a little bit too hot this afternoon. And got poker night tonight. It's a pretty solid day for me. Obviously, you'll still see me later, and I do want to talk about the second video coming. Is the Eze deal advancing? Not right now, Tom. I don't see him going to Fulham as he turned them down last season. That's a fair shout, Tony. That is a fair shout, and I hadn't come to that yet, so you beat me to it, Tony. Romana said earlier this morning that West Ham are in contact with Al Ittihad to sign Kante. Wow. Is it a surprise that a lot of players that have gone to Saudi, not really, it's probably not gone the way they wanted to, and they're looking like, oh, can I get back to a top 5 league? Although Kante going to West Ham, even though he was a Chelsea boy, that's interesting. Yes, to give you a update, by the way, there's still more to talk about, but just to give you a quick update. We normally do our lives at 12 and 7 p.m. UK time. Today, the live for the second one, it won't be at 7 p.m. UK time. It will most likely be 6:30. So keep your eyes out for whatever time difference is for you. It's 12:07 p.m. here in the UK at the moment. Between 6 and 6:30 is when I will do my next live because I've got to go to poker night. I gotta be there. In theory, I should be there for about 6:30, but I've said, look, I'm not going to be there till 7:30. Got to be here speaking to you guys. This is like my mini poker night. But yeah, just want to give you a heads up. So if you join at 7 and you realize I'm done, it's your fault, not mine. And that's for anyone that's watching this on repeat. Now. Yeah, but he turned him down when he thought he was going to get a better move. Well, there's that. But if the market shows he's not going to get a better move, he may end up going, actually, Fulham's not a bad move. It's an easy, transition from one London club to the other. It's not a massive move in terms of logistical sense. So there's that. But I could see Napoli coming in there. I could see Napoli coming in there for sure. My payment's good. Good, I'm glad to see. Callum Roach, how are you, my friend? I hope the Friday's going well, mate. And you agree as well. And also, yes, by the way, tomorrow we obviously have a 3 p.m. kickoff of QPR. I'm going to be talking about it in a second, but I will be doing a watch along for that. So about 2:45, 2:50 p.m. UK time start. I will be doing a watch along for that. So please join me tomorrow afternoon. I'm feeling a bit miffed about Agate going to Man United. It's being linked. We're not linked. We're not going for McTominay. Don't worry. And Agate, I think people over egg him a little bit. I think people rate him like a Rodri, Tchouaméni kind of guy, and he's not even what the next tier below that is. Garte has the ability to be very good, but he's not there yet. So again, it's Man United are going for a lot of projection players. And let's be honest, they bought a lot of projection players in the last 10 years, and how many have worked out? They also bought a lot of ready-to-go players, and it hadn't worked out. Are we still going for a 6 or an 8? Well, Ange doesn't see a 6 or an 8 or anything like that. He sees them as midfielders. So we are, I would say we're still in the market for midfielder. Yes. Right. Moving a little bit on, I want to talk about Adrien Rabiot. So Tuta Juve said that Spurs are in the picture to sign Adrien Rabiot. The midfielder is available on a free transfer after his Juventus current contract expired this summer. Now, just to bring this up before I then give you my spiel about it, Adrien Rabiot, he was on, give me a second, just loading it up here. let's put it into pounds. It's just not at all what we want. Here we go. Right. So per week, he was earning £145,000. Okay, so we'll call it about 170,000 euros a week. For me, no. Like flat out, I've always been really against this move. This is a player, by the way. If you've been saying, you know, Ivan Toney's got this attitude issues. This player's got attitude issues. This player's got attitude issues. Adrien Rabiot has been labelled a locker room problem quite a few times. I'm not to say that he is or isn't, but he's been labelled that. For me, I don't want him because I just don't think he's that great. I really don't. I think there's better midfielders that we can go for. Yes, okay, he's on a free, but he's going to want a big signing on fee because he's a free man. So he's going to be like, well, if you're not spending a transfer on me, I want some more money as my signing on fee. His agent is probably his mum or his aunt or something. She's going to want a bigger signing on fee as well. So actually, you think it's free and you think it's cheap. It's not as cheap as you think it is. It really isn't. The guy's going to want 160, 170, 180 grand a week. Not worth that. I saw it at the Euros. Just a really all right player. Like, I don't know if anyone has actually seen him play, but he's just all right. I'm not ever blown away by him. I'm never going, God, can you imagine Rabiot in our midfield? Now, he would so suit Man United for any, crap signings that they make, but not for us, mate. I don't know what you guys think. I'll put it to a poll in a minute, but yeah, I'm not too impressed. Are we still going through it? I've done that. Hi, mate. Amley, have you spoke about Rabiot? I've already just done it now. Man United playing FM at this point. Yeah, I bought Xerxes on my FM and then sold him because he was crap. Can he come without his mum? Just turning up with like a little lunchbox, like a little briefcase lunchbox holding his mum's hand, like it's the first day of school. Any word on Chiesa? Not today. Can we handle Rabiot's mum and Dragusin's agent? Well, luckily, Dragusin is a guy that, pretty much spoke for himself and was like, hey, I'm really happy here. And his agent's looking at him going, yeah, we don't do that. We're trying to get out of this club in a year's time so I can make more money out of you. Damn, I've been missing a lot lately. It's not good enough, Van Gogh. Not good enough. Do I have to demote you down those ranks again, my friend? How are you there, mate? You right? Mum is his agent. There we go. Any deals, any done deals or advanced deals so far? No done deals and no advanced deals, you could potentially say. Even Adventurous, how are you? Hey, Jason, mate, you right? High chance of Rabiot signing free transfer. I don't think it's a high chance. Hey, Sonia, how are you? And you have, yeah, it's a bit funny. I mean, China, China, yeah, fair enough. Well, be careful out there, my friends. Be careful. Let's put it to a poll, though, so it's easier to say. There we go. So you can tell me if you want Adrien Rabiot via the poll. So it's easier than just commenting. You can just tell me on the poll. Little click of a button. Which I had my summer fruit squash, which, by the way, lads, horrific news today. Really horrific news. And it's kind of ruined my day. I ran out of summer fruit squash. I know. You're all in tears. You're all very upset. I get it. I've ran out of summer fruit squash. So this is the last glass of this last bottle. It's a little bit weaker because there wasn't that much in there. It's a sad day. A little bit heartbroken. I was crying before the stream. It's a bad one. National emergency. Thanks, Adventurous, man. I'm glad you're taking this seriously, mate, because this is a national emergency. This is a national emergency. There's no point living anymore. There's just no point living anymore, I'm sitting here going, how can this be my last? I have to go buy more. Oh no, Andy. We need them as a sponsor. Yeah, I tell you what. Summer fruit squash. Anyone that does summer fruit squash, if you see this and you want to sponsor me, just hit me up. You just send me that email. Let me have a look. Thoughts on getting that Marion guy from Real Sociedad? Do you mean Marino? I guess you mean Marino. The sponsor needs to come through. Oh, it does. That day when that sponsorship comes through for squash is going to hit like crack. How does Xerxes cost 7 million on FM? What WTF? Oh, you mean the Man United guy, Xerxes? It's Zirkzee. On fantasy football, do you mean? On FPL? How is he ever going to? Does he start? I don't get the situation at Man United because surely they're going to want to put Rashford, Garnacho, and Højlund as their front three. I mean, you spent 70 odd million on Højlund. You're not going to drop him for Xerxes, are you? Maybe I'm not sure what happens there. I will set up the FPL league for Inside Spurs, by the way. I might do it today, actually. I'll put it in a community note as well, the league and all that stuff. And we'll have a bit of fun with it. But we're going to put in some rules, okay? So we'll have a bit more. We have to get a bit more creative. Like you have to have, I'll think of something, but I will make a league and I want to have a bit of fun with it. So we're not all just using the same players. We can all use quite different players. I'm like, I've got this Ipswich guy that I'm playing and he's getting me some points. I've got, this West Ham guy is getting me some decent points. And we have a bit of fun with it instead of going, well, I've got 3 Man City players, 3 Liverpool, 3 Spurs, 3 Arsenal. It's a bit boring, You should frame the bottle. Oh. Do you know what I'm going to have to do? Is going to put shelves in. I'm just going to stick a bottle there at all times. And then they'll have to sponsor me. I need like a personalized bottle though. That would be class. He hasn't even played yet. I know. I'll sponsor you on that, mate. Attaboy, Chris. Cheers, Chris. I've been playing for 2 years. This is my 3rd year playing. Well, you'll be better than me, mate. Are you willing to dress up as summer fruit though, Andy? Hey, I'll do it. It's anything for the money, hey? Remember to like the stream. Cheers, Adventurous. Yes, like the stream and subscribe. I think we're only like 2 subscribers away from 2,700 subscribers, which is pretty damn cool in my opinion. Make it a draft version. Son and Saka are worth 10 mil. Ooh, crikey. Hi, Andy. Levy keeping his powder dry. Johan Lang keeping his cards close to his chest is the other way I could sum that up. Hey, MVR, mate, how are you? So by the looks of things on this poll, the majority of us are sitting there going, don't sign Rabiot. So I agree. So yes, just for anyone that has joined a little bit late, there will be another stream later, but it'll be about 6:30 p.m. UK time, just because I'm heading out this evening to enjoy a poker night. So I'll be doing that. Streams will be back tomorrow. I'll probably do a midday stream tomorrow. And then obviously I'll be back at about 2:45 to 2:50 p.m. UK time for the 3 p.m. kickoff at QPR, which we're about to talk about QPR right now. So we'll be doing a watch along for that. So please join me for that, which will be good. I'll be recording some stuff for the second channel today. I've got some games that I want to play that I'll be recording. There's going to be some American football. I think I might even do a tennis one. There's going to be some different games going on the second channel. Ideally today, if I can edit and get it all uploaded. But if not, it'll be over the weekend. We're going to get loads of stuff up there this weekend. I'm aiming to put multiple videos up. So have a look for that as well. Haaland's worth 50 mil on FPL. Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. I didn't put Haaland in my FPL, decided not to be boring. Well, good on you. Signed bottle, summer fruits as the prize for the FPL league. I'll tell you what, Ollie, we'll do something like that, won't we? We'll have a winning, but a bit more of a fun winning. It might be a signed bottle of summer fruit squash, but then do I want to share my summer fruit squash with you? Ooh, contentious decisions. I do have to apologize, guys, because I'll win the FPL, so you guys are fighting for second place. Big words, Les. Big words. QPR getting that Slovenian striker. Which one? Do you play Texas Hold'em? I think it will be Texas Hold'em tonight. Yeah, Robert. I'll miss the first round. I'll be there for the second round. Try and win a few quid. Never hurts. Cole Palmer's worth 10.5 million on FPL from 5.5, 10.5. Well, he takes the penalties. You have to factor that in, don't you? Right, let's talk QPR. So QPR, obviously, yet tomorrow, 3 p.m. kickoff. It's the second televised friendly, the third of the summer. Obviously, we played Cambridge behind closed doors as well. Last season, they finished 18th in the championship. So we obviously played Hearts, who are a SBL team, obviously Scottish top division. We played Cambridge, who are League One. This is a championship team. So there's a slight step up from at least the Cambridge team. However you view the SBL or not, this is a step up from the Cambridge team. They finished 18th. They finished 6 points clear of the relegation zone, and they were about 17 points back of the playoff situation. But genuinely, they finished joint 15th. You know, they were one win away from being ahead of Millwall in 13th. The championship, obviously, you remember the championship last season being really weird. There was obviously the title race was really close for a long time. The playoffs obviously was a really good race for the playoffs. The relegation zone, I mean, between Millwall, who finished 13th, so 22nd, 23rd, and 24th position go down. Millwall finished 13th, who are 9 points clear of relegation. So they were 9 positions clear and 9 points clear. That's how close it was at the bottom. So we play them tomorrow. I was looking at some of the signings they made this summer, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really know most of these people. They did sign someone from Perth Glory. So, you know, someone from Ange's neck of the woods. Although I knew a few of the players that had left. One player, Asmir Begovic. We all remember Asmir Begovic, the former Bournemouth, Stoke, Chelsea keeper. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think, you know, let's build on what we saw from the Hearts game. You know, we want to see more of those youngsters like Mikey and Bergvall and Tyrese Hall, Archie Gray and what have you. Be good to see a little bit more Ashley Phillips as well. I wouldn't mind Ashley Phillips even playing 60 minutes, you know, at centre-back and having an actual centre-back play. They did say Dragusin should be absolutely fine for the pre-season tour, so I expect him back next week. It'd be good to see a little bit of Archie Gray, maybe even at right back, you know. Maybe Emerson plays a little bit of centre-back this time out. Archie Gray plays a little bit of right back. You know, maybe then goes into the midfield potentially, but I'm happy to just even get right back minutes out of him, see what he's like there. Obviously, Jamie Donnelly at left back, look to see a little bit more of that. I want to see, you know, obviously this is a step up in competition. I want to see how he looks in that position because I liked what he saw. I liked what I saw from the Hearts game, but let's see a little bit more of it. It'd be good to see, obviously, Mikey, like I said. Will Lancashire hopefully gets a few more minutes this time around. You know, wouldn't mind him getting at least half an hour, 45 minutes. Obviously, we've got a lot of strikers who they're trying to give minutes to all of them. Excuse me. Can't clear my throat. Give me a second. Oh, that sounds better. Look at me with some fruit squash. But yeah, it'd be good to see some of those youngsters getting a few more minutes. I think I really liked what I saw from them against Hearts. But I guess this is now the step up. How do they deal with that step up? You know, obviously, importantly as well, good to see a little bit of those first teamers like Madders and Bissouma and Kulu and Johnson and all those players, you know. So I'm really looking forward to the game. Really, really looking forward to the game. Fuentes got them playing some really good football when he came in. Well, yeah, they definitely had a bit of a step up in form for sure, Callum. HIT and Sans Charleston has confirmed the Premier League. Didn't see that adventurous, but we'll have to check it out. Who can be a better signing between Tony and Jonathan Davids? Well, both can be brilliant. It depends on how you use them, really. I'll say Tony just because he's more Prem proven, but Jonathan David's no slouch. In my FPL, I have Sells and Turner as my goalkeepers. I don't care about my keepers. I can tell. Van de Ven, Gavardio, Mikolenko, Dan Burn, Palmer, Eze, Gordon, Salah captain, Isaac as vice captain, Watkins. Interesting. Gray in the midfield, no Emerson plays. Well, Emerson will feature at centre-back because we don't really have much going on there. Yeah, we don't have much going on there. Bench, Turner, Guay, Kudus, João Pedro. Interesting. Spence can keep up his form and convince Ange to give him a chance. I'll be up for it. Well, yeah, we'll see a little bit more of Spence again, a step up. He's obviously played in that championship, well, now a few times. Obviously was there last season, but didn't really do that well at Leeds because of Archie Gray taking his spot. So it'd be good to see a little bit more of Jed Spence, see how now he develops with that next step up in competition. Good to see a little bit more Pedro Porro, obviously. Always happy to see me some Pedro Porro. So, yes, I'm interested to see how that game really looks. I want to see the Jed Spence redemption arc, episode 2 tomorrow. Well, we will be there, Robert. We will be there. I wish Levy can just accept anything for Real. That guy is not good enough in a Spurs jersey. Well, FFP is a real thing, so we can't just accept anything for him. 8 million does us no real justice, to be honest. It's like I was on Twitter and you got like Mark Goldbridge talking about how, because Everton's takeover bid's fallen through, oh, we'll offer him 30 million, take it or leave it. And I was like, okay, Mark, come on, you're better than this. You know more than this. Because he was talking about Agate, that PSG want the 6 million they paid for him. And I'm like, well, of course they want the 6 million that they paid for him. It's called FFP, PSR. They have to try and get their money back. Duh. That's obvious. I was like, come on, Mark, we're better than this. I was like, you're better than this, Mark, even, you know. And then he was saying that, you know, I'd offer 30 million now, take it or leave it for Jared Branthwaite, like Everton have fold to them. Everton can get money for him. They just sold Amadou Onana. You know what I mean? And I just said, yeah, like Man United don't have any true power in this. Another team would offer easily more than 30. Everton aren't relying on United. It's just facts. They're just not. But look at Man United. They make one signing and they think they're the dog's bollocks of the transfer window. I saw a guy on Spurs Twitter saying Porro was the first mainstay player he'd like to move on. Yeah, that was Invert the Wing, who thinks he's a football savant. Pedro Porro, statistically third best, top 3 right back in the Premier League last year. So if we're moving him on, then good Lord, we have to move on about 12 other players before him. He wasn't the issue last year. And anyone thinks he was the issue, it's because they got an agenda against him. You know, it's the same players that have agendas against other players that we have. But yeah, he's not an issue for us. And if anyone thinks he is an issue for us, then I think you need to get a little bit of a reality check and realize, Spurs have a lot of other holes to fill. Why is it that we're thinking about we need to replace our starting good right back? There's other places in our starting 11 that have more issues. You know what I mean? So don't worry about him. He's being a bit of a weirdo. Spurs are back for good, Adventure says. Well, we'll see. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me for this afternoon. I very much appreciate the company. Obviously, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you all about 6:30 this evening. Keep your eyes out at about 6 p.m. for the second stream. And I'll see you all then. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy the rest of your afternoons, everyone. And I'll see you all then. Take care, everyone. See you later.